Hey everybody, I'm back with my favorite weekly of all time, and I love it. I love, you know what? I love round two 2-4s. And the little pig, I guess. Like, otters are great. It'll be a squeaky hat. Otters are great. I just think, like, they're uniquely ill-suited to stopping cockroaches, or helping cockroaches, because the cockroach loses the attack buff. Maybe I'm overthinking it, though. It wouldn't be the first time. Honestly, why don't you take a little buff, and then also create a more receptive situation for this... Oh, right, it doesn't buff the pig, it buffs the unit on the left. That's to be honest with you, in my Elizabeth Holmes voice, that's probably the way I would have done it anyway. I consider that maybe that was the right play to begin with. Holy cow, you're a 5-8. And yet you beat me by 1 hit point. That's painful. We've been having a lot of good early games. To go 0-2 scares me. Okay, I think that we're gonna go weirdo mode. We're gonna combine pigs. We're gonna combine cockroaches, and we're gonna try 2 goldfish. And my whole theory here, this could actually be nice for us. My whole theory here is that at the very least, like, I think we need a bit of a Hail Mary. I don't know how we get out of this one. We draw, thankfully. Being able to buy animals for 1 gold is a Hail Mary type situation. I mean, like, right off the bat, we get a level. Did not give us a dog. That's okay. I know that a camel can go off. So I think you say goodbye to the beetle. You actually buy the chinchilla because it gives you 1 extra gold because you have 2 goldfish. Then you take a camel. I think buffing the cockroach here is okay. I think you spend all of your money. I do like a level 2 stork, man. What about being able to get them on the cheap next time? I think you spend all of your money buffing the camel right now because you spent almost no money on animals. You can afford to spend some money on food. Wow, we 1 for 1 with that duck too. I'm surprised. So the goldfish, maybe it's just been luck so far, but it's actually seemed kind of sick. Definitely we love this. I gotta tell you, I think that maybe our pig leaves. At 6-3 with the cockroach taking the buff because it has more HP right now, I'm kind of okay with it. Very cheap level 1.5 stork here. Which for me means we have more money to spend on food to buff the stork. We'll make you cheap next time. We'll buy you right now. And that's like one of the cheapest level 2s you're ever going to see in your entire life right there. So I'm putting a lot of faith in the goldfish. After like 1 good round, I'm sold. I'm like, we definitely got it. It's the most insane play I've ever seen. And yet, hold on. No, you're gonna blow me away. For a second, though, it looked pretty good. Great name, by the way. But look at this. 1 cost level. You kind of have to give it a try, right? I know it's 3 gold. I feel like you kind of gotta give it a shot. And I think we can wait around for the level up on the goldfish, although I will be happy to have it. We probably freeze both of these. It'll be a 1 cost goldfish that gives us an odd round level up. We could buy a lot of food for our worm. Certainly would love to see like wow, that's great. Would love to see a cockroach, not a cockroach, sorry, a caterpillar. I'd love to see a caterpillar show up early. What insane camel, by the way, the most insane camel value of 2022 just dropped. Honey, wake up. 1 cost to give something 2 more HP. It's like, yeah, maybe we actually like it because it's 1 cost. Gives you 2 more HP. We break even on it. A frickin' cow? A frickin' cow? A frickin' cow? Buff me? Buff me? Buy me? Buff me? Buff me? Now, our camel miracle from last time, I don't see that working this time, but I do see our worm has already kind of gone to the moon for us, which is pretty exciting. Hold on. I'm pogging. I'm pogging on this. I am still... I remain pogged. I'm pogging to the extreme. This camel has been a stroke of genius for us, even though we're only at 3 wins. And I don't use that phrase lightly. Just kidding. This is the lightest I've ever used it. Why don't we freeze both of you so you're super cheap next time? And then keep feeding this worm. I'm trying not to fixate. Nobody really needs garlic. It's fine. Just keep rolling, looking for foods that maybe would be good targeted. You're already in a good... Honestly, no. It's not all about econ. You're doing okay. That looked worse than it was, I swear to you. Because we're getting good value out of our foods next time. Little 4-8. Nice little trade. Nice little trade here. Nice little trade, I think. Although, I'm pretty sure this peacock's going to eat us alive. But I think that might be okay. It did not eat us alive. Our worm remains strong. The goldfish the goldfish camel that pulled us out of the detritus. So, let me get I mean, your 1 cost. It's crazy. Let me get a quick pair. I almost feel like we can afford to just give you a cupcake. And then your 1 cost. Why would you... Oh, because you cost 1. We can afford the roll. And then roll me again. Do we want to get a camel up there? Or are we now looking at, like... Maybe we want... Yeah, at 212... I know we've been running a cow for a long time. I just find it kind of hard to believe that this camel's going to be part of our game long term. And the reason oh, that's the greatest wasp of all time. Congratulations. The reason I say that is just because we've been giving the buffs that would have gone to the camel to the worm instead, which I think is also fair and sensible. A squirrel makes a lot of sense. I think you could probably sell your camel. And I'm not getting rid of my frickin' goldfish, let me tell you that. I think you can... Let's talk about this, okay? Sell cow. Buy sushi. Buy cow. Feed worm. Sell... You're selling cow or camel? You might as well sell cow, because you know you're going to want to buy this squirrel. Make your foods cheaper in the future. I'm not thrilled with any of these food-related items. I am sort of thrilled, like I feel like a monkey is like a must-have. Even though we might be about to get lethaled. I'm having fun with this one. Especially considering how ass our early game was. No. I feel like we made some fun plays to get out of it. Maybe we leaned into it a little too much. Only getting 4 there, honestly, is more of a product of our early game being horrendous than anything else. You just run anti-pig at the front. You could easily lose this one. I'll be sniffing pants if you need me. You could easily lose this one, don't get me wrong. But you could draw. With a stroke of genius... Nope, okay, we'll lose this one. But man, our attack's going to be crazy. And I don't mind kind of like... I guess. I don't mind overdosing on attack early, knowing that peaches are like, you know, they're around. They're around in the game. So you get a unit with high attack, and then maybe you sell some ducks into it, or into a level up on it. You sell some peaches into a level up. The world's your oyster. Before you know it, you're going to the freaking moon. Before you know it, you're at 0 wins on round 3. But you're leveling. Okay, that is true. That is true. Dog me. Dog me. God, that is a perfect time for a dog, dude. What about selling both ducklings? Oh my god, it only gives... I wanted to give it to the woodpecker, dude. Okay, well, now we got a 2-6 mosquito, a 2-2 mosquito, and a woodpecker out there. So, like, it's horrible. If we win this round, it's not because we did anything right. It's legitimately just because, like, the shops were so kind to us that they gave us a bunch of, like, copies of animals we already had. But maybe we can rebuild this into, like, the ultimate sniping team. I don't know. We don't really need a level 3 mosquito right out the gate. But I suppose we should just keep buffing one of them so that it gets even stronger over time. Sure, you know what? Guess what? We'll level you next time. It's a bit weird, for sure. But I still think we can take some teams by surprise here. That was like the opposite of the last round. Not getting a single kill with all our snipes hurt. But you know what? We did get some favorable trades. Okay, level me? Fantastic news. Why don't you guys start to get combined? And then you gotta come out here. And you might as well take an early garlic. I would probably feed you a peach as well. Pineapples, you can give it, I mean, it kind of works the same for the woodpecker as it does with the mosquito right now, I'd say. Dude, allow me to state the obvious. It turns out having 13 HP is actually, like, pretty good in the early game. I'm going to take you to level 3. You're a 7/16. I think you send Praying Mantis out there because it scales itself, which is advantageous in this world. And then, honestly, you do 9 damage. This will do... It only does 2 extra damage. This does 4 extra damage. This does 6 extra damage. But if you'll hear me out, I actually feel like this is better. Even though the math doesn't... Well, maybe we'll take both. But I was thinking, like, maybe we just want this mosquito to have some meat. Like, it's actually statted kind of nice with it. I think that this was, like, not good for us. To put it politely. I think that that peacock kind of got off the ground pretty early thanks to having 25 hurt triggers go off immediately, but alas. I really think it actually makes sense to just kill you. And we're going to buff the hippo. Even though that... I mean, we're straddling buffs across like 20 different units right now. This does... It just doesn't have the vibe of a run that's going to the moon. Especially when I keep running into peacocks that force me into unfavorable trades. Hold on, we lived through this. No! My ant... I wanted my ant to buff the mantis, even though that doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't work that way, but imagine if it did. Okay, so you could leave an ant out there. Although, there is some temptation, isn't there? Kill an armadillo. How much damage you do? You do 4 damage. This is like a recipe for a guaranteed loss, but I find it funny, so... Maybe that's not a good reason. I don't think the woodpecker's going to the moon. But if we win this one, dude, holy cow. You'll all be sorry. Hold on. He's math-pilled. Am I math-pilled? I'm not math-pilled. Hold on, I'm math-pilled! Exactly perfectly calculated. Kind of. Okay, get killed. Give everybody plus 1 HP. That's not a ton, but it's something. I would say freeze that. Sure, actually an eagle makes a lot of sense, but now we want to do it in this order again. This order. So we're basically... I don't want to lose even though I have a snail frozen. Sometimes you have to make that specific. I am hoping... This is actually a dream. I love when you go up against a rooster when you got a hippo. Like, it's just... It's pure luck, but I'll take it. We're hoping that eagle spits out a stegosaurus on death. That would really help us out. That's also amazing. And I think we can just keep the order the same. I think that's still really good. So I would love some buffing foods, and I'm not really going to be picky. I'm going to be pickier than that. That's what we want. You know what? You should get a double buff here. And then a second one of those coming out would actually be fine. I know we got a lot frozen right now. But the walrus giving some of our units that are not that great death touch would actually... It would help me out a lot here. This is... pretty unfortunate. Or is it? Or is it? It is. It's highly unfortunate. But you know what? We got a chance here. So you're giving us death touch somewhere. Who's getting the death touch? This mosquito. Okay, I'm okay with it. Why don't you go to the front? I think we want to sell you because now you just don't fit in with the squad. Let's take a walrus again. Let's take a snail. Let's sell here. Let's buy a lionfish. The placement is a little scuffed, but the idea here is our lionfish will override equipment on a unit where death touch might have like not worked. Holy cow. Holy cow is the most insane play of all time. We draw these. We draw. I'll take a draw. And we get another death touch out there. Please don't hit the mosquito again. Please. Please. 1 in 4. I'll take that. I'm not upset with that. And I feel like it should be set up maybe more like this now. Well, we'll see what the squad looks like. I would actually love a taper. As long as it spits out a mantis, a hippo, or a lionfish, we would actually be pretty stoked, I think. I think we'd be pretty happy. Even more so than an eagle. I would definitely put you out again. It's a bit perspective. Okay, I spent like almost all my money on rolls. But if we could just add 1 death touch a turn, pretty soon we're going to be looking mighty nice. Love it. I mean, I feel vindicated by it at least. Dude, what is this insane seagull play? It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. And yet the hippo got us there. Okay, okay. Team's a little weird, but it's marching onwards. What are you summoning? What are you summoning? What are you summoning? Lionfish. I love it. Level 2 lionfish would really hit the spot. Honestly, as good as death touch is, what if you just gave me another taper and we kept you frozen? I really want to get chocolate. Hold on, I'm making sure I'm not being burgled. I really want chocolate. Eat more than a pear, more than a steak. I want chocolate for our lionfish. It's so much more important than anything else. It's really hard to not take a stegosaurus, but for once in our lives, we can't sell anything for it. You're death touch. Like, you could easily 2 for 1. You prevent us from getting, like, 3 for 1. You're kind of the crux of the whole thing. We need a unit to die. The taper's the perfect unit to die. And you're a 30-26 with death touch, which is just incredible. Okay. What about spending all of our money on creating a level 2 walrus that could then make 2 units death touch, but what it will probably do instead is accidentally... well, we can still win this one. Don't cry yet. What it will probably do instead is accidentally screw me over completely. No, we're going to lose this one anyway. And that's fine. Honestly, again, I know I say this every time. People think that it's like I'm putting on airs. As long as I'm engaged, I'm having fun. Not so much having fun with this shop in particular, but as long as I'm engaged, I'm having fun. Whether that's 1 win... Yeah, flying thing. If I'm having fun, I'm having fun. You know? And I thought we were getting up to some weird shenanigans on that one. I was having a good time. It's only times where you're like, I'm on lethal on round 6, so I feel like I can't do anything. That's when life is serving you lemons, man. Please don't hit my chinchilla. I'm a little upset. Honestly, I'm a little upset. Because the chinchilla's principal value is in being sold. But you know what? Even if you lose your first 2 rounds, who gives 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, man? Nobody. And we're not going to lose our first 2 rounds. You're going to get a level 2 otter. If you want, you can get a level 2 iguana. The principal value is in the level. Now we're talking. You absolutely have to take a dog. I think that it accelerates the selling of the chinchilla. Even though the chinchilla was nicely statted. Now we get one of these. Combine it. Add one of these to the equation. We got a 4/5 dog already. We got a squad that's looking a little scary, if I might say so myself. And I like to put not the strongest unit at the front. Just Well, the math on this worked out horrendously. I feel like we basically got soul red. And yet, we draw. Holy cow. Okay, so now we got to focus on getting this dog off the ground. How about something like this? Into a wasp? No thank you. A croissant seems great on a dog for a few rounds. I would buy a pig for sure. I would... I just don't see this pig being long for this world, but... 5-5, dog. We didn't really get that much on this one, did we? How about 2 stat points for 3 gold? Like, that seems better than what I usually go for. You know what? I was going to say sell an otter, but we got a ways to go before we do this. Do we need to do it this turn? We don't need to do it this turn. Freeze me. Freeze me. Okay. So we're selling probably otter, iguana. Holy cow, that's a strong setup. Mortal wounds. Rick and Morty fan spotted in the wild. So we're selling, and then maybe combining, and then buying. I mean, the dog is just a classic team. It can get you there. You know what? I'm a fool. But wait, do you have... Wait, hold on. I'm going to try something. And then, let's level them. Honestly, we always want to make space, so a praying mantis seems extremely sensible to me. And then, sure, why don't you just kill a 2/2? Although, straight up, now I'm like, well, we're going to change our tact a little bit. You're a level 2. I would... Dude, we're going off a little bit. Freeze this. Sell a guinea pig. Well, there's no point in freezing the garlic because it's going to be gone after we do this. So, sell a guinea pig. Buy... a dog, or sorry, buy a mouse, sell a mouse, feed the dog, and then kill a flamingo in front of your pig and your dog. Even though we're 1 win, like 3 losses and a draw, that felt like a cool turn. Am I wrong? That felt kind of nice with it to me. Oh my god, the level 2 stork rides again, man. It's so strong. So I would definitely say that you're fine to just come out here and stat something that's not a chinchilla up, which is why we should have sold that earlier. Stork can come out and get killed, although I do see the benefit of it long term as well. I would send another stork out there just so we got something to look forward to. You leveling up appeals to me. Sure. Maybe I'm crazy, dude, but like a mantis and a 15/15 dog... It feels like a squad that I can rest my hat on right now. No, not like that. Not to hedgehog honey. I'm sorry, not to hedgehog honey. Now in summer 2022, you're gonna get me with hedgehog honey. Like, it's so disrespectful. So you're gone, but I appreciate you. We need this now. And then you're coming up front. We're buying you. We're combining you. We're selling you. We're buying you. We're buying you. And we're buying you. Now this, we did lose an 8-9, okay? But I feel like the long-term upside, this is the route to 10. Don't make me look like a fool, okay? Please, please, you just needed to do 1 more damage. We're probably still fine. Garlic is insanely valuable. Oh my god. Oh, no. So annoying. Sorry, I do appreciate that. Maybe you freeze the snail just in case. Okay, we should have bought a pig. That's a gimme. Technically, you do give 1 health to everybody on death. That's not that bad. I would actually sell a giraffe that gives a 1/1 buff in order to get the 1/1 buff a little faster. I took a risk and I collected. I would rather run 4 squatted here. I just think that the stats apply better this way. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you would have thrown out a meaningless mantis there and been like, that's good for business. It's an interesting team here. Like, I like how they put the hedgehog getting eaten so that the peacock could kind of like scale faster. I applaud your team, and not just because I defeated it. Now, I know we're like late in the game, kind of, but it's hard for me to see this run working without like a caterpillar to scale off of our best unit. Honestly, you might as well. You're good value. You're insane value. You're kind of okay value. I think a stork might be a little late at this point. Like, I don't know if the caterpillar is going to get us there, but if we got a dream shop that consisted of, like, just... well, I don't think that hippo's going to stop us. It was, like, 2 chocolates. We bought them rolled once and then got another chocolate. Maybe the caterpillar gets there in time. Well, we already got another caterpillar. It matters more, for sure. We should sell you and combine to get the dog popping. But anyway, it's too late for you. You're gone, because we need the space. Forget this. We need to look for chocolate more. Take this. The Mantis is scaling faster. I'm as surprised as anybody, but the Mantis is scaling faster. Sell it. Buy it. Sell it. Mammoth just seems like a sensible play, so you know what? Let's get 1 stat point out of this. Maybe not that sensible. But Mammoth is a nice little buff on everybody here. Again, not losing is, like, more important than winning right now. I've never been happier to have a squad with 2 garlics, though. Let me tell you that. If I was my opponent, I would be frustrated, because having a cool team that loses just because somebody bought garlic is annoying. But I'm the person who got garlic this time, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. Okay. Eagle is killable. In a good way. Like, that's a positive thing. It's not as killable as a walrus. Although, so many units, the death touch actually doesn't matter that much right now. Like, for example, it lands on a monkey, monkey gets sniped, or a 1-for-1's big whoop. I mean, it would be better, but better than it is right now. But it taking, you know, a garlic away might actually be bad. If it applies to the caterpillar, it does nothing, etc., etc. Okay, genuinely... We're not going to go up a level on the dog. I think that train is sailed. I think you sell a 2-3 buff from a monkey to just have a Stegosaurus on the team. And then the miracle, and a melon is so good too. The miracle dream for us is that this eagle, when it dies, spits out a Stegosaurus. Like, that would actually be incredible. Okay, like, that's a great omen. I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you so much. Now, what if it happens? Whatever. I'm not mad, okay? I love this. I think that an eagle is fine to place there. We need to put a melon on you first. Or you, because you're going to have better stats for now. You're going to be up 12. Yeah, okay. But we're really... Actually, we're not looking for chocolate. We're placing you down. Because even with chocolate, we need to not run 4-squatted because our Mantis has to kill something to live itself. So we have 1 more round before the caterpillar pops. Unless I've lost my mind, I'm not frightened about this team at all. I feel like they've pivoted their whole squad in like a late game Hail Mary. I've been there before in my life. I understand why you would do it. I just don't think it's quite gonna... It actually got pretty close. Yeah, maybe this team is not as bad as I thought it was, but we did still win, so I'll take it. Okay, so Caterpillar's popping. Mantis is already almost maxed. Stegosaurus probably takes... I mean, it'll be overkill, but you need melon still. Nothing worth killing there. Nothing worth killing there, honestly. Nothing worth killing. Nothing worth killing. I don't even think you need to buff anything. I mean, the cat is existing just to get destroyed here. I don't really know what we're doing with this Stegosaurus now that I look at it. Maybe we would rather have some, like, death touch involved or something. I don't know. This feels like an easy win to me. I was gonna say a draw. Holy cow, did we pull ourselves out of it? After everything we've been through? Like, you're basically 50-50. You're pretty much 50-50. Like, what do we need here? You know what we need is another caterpillar. More melons? I mean, I feel like even just taking a lionfish for like, well, but we don't need death touch protection right now. Like, to bypass double melons is like a real... It's a bold move. This is like almost irrelevant. It is relevant, but it's almost irrelevant. I guess we'd rather our 5'10 Stegosaurus, which is a nickname that I picked up personally in college as well. We would rather it have melon armor just to possibly be able to weather a single hit. I don't know. I don't think we're guaranteed to go 10-10 by, or like 10 wins, by the way. Like, I think we're not that far away from drawing this one. Like, we were 4 hit points away from that being a draw, and we got to get 2 more wins. Like, it is hard to imagine this team losing, but it's not that hard to imagine them, like, you know, drawing. Now, you still need the stats, because I know you're like, well, but this thing's going to be 50-50 anyway, so the Caterpillar... Yeah, but I'd rather you be 50-50 too. We're getting like 30 stat points off of this. So, like, I'm not... Actually, we're getting like 40 stat points off of this. So you could run a Leopard, but I actually feel like, to be honest with you, you might rather just put a Scorpion on the team. Just, like, not... It has no... And at this point, 1 hit point is not going to make a big difference here, but... you run a Scorpion on the team basically just to possibly 1-for-1 with a unit that it shouldn't 1-for-1 with. Instead, it gets killed. Big whoop. We took a chance. We still got the job done. Okay, maybe we're going to go to 10, because we do have 3 50-50s on the squad. That is fair. Now, again, I actually feel like Death Touch is like a bad thing for us right now, which is funny to say. Probably a good mark that your team is relatively strong. If you don't want your team to get Death Touch. You know what? Can I be a memer? I almost feel like I'm tapped out. Like, not that our team can't get better, but with us being on lethal, like, we can't get enough better to make a difference. That was not meant to be BM, what we did there, by the way. It was just because we didn't have anything else to do with our money. I'm very happy with the way this is a kind of a classic build, but finally we didn't have to go deep into the archives of how to play this game in order to get a cool win on the weekly. I'm feeling good. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps it a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.